Hello, y'all. Welcome to my channel. My name is Israel, and today I'm going to be showing you how to pass your technical evaluation at Revature. All right, so the email you got most likely looks something like this. Uh, you want to focus on the basics. So, assuming you're not going to be studying C sharp, you can ignore this part, and you're basically just studying OOP and Java primarily, along with database SQL, web development, SDLC, which are important as well, but not as important. And there's not as much content on them. So with OOP, I would advise you to print every single page of all of these out, because then you can mark on them, you can make notes on them, you can write your own explanations for them on those pieces of paper. That's what I did. And then you want to focus on the basics. So the questions are going to be something like, what is an object? What is a class? You can say class is a blueprint for an object. An object is an instance of a class. You can give an example. Those are going to be the kind of questions they're going to ask you. Very basic questions about the fundamentals of object-oriented programming. They're also definitely going to ask you about the four pillars of OOP, which are inheritance, polymorphism, encapsulation, and abstraction. And you can use this I don't know what you call it, but like this shortcut, APIE or API, to help remember it. A is for abstraction, P polymorphism, I inheritance, and E encapsulation, right? And you can read about them and try to understand what they are so that you can explain them. And usually the definition is literally in the first bullet point or the first sentence of each of these slides. So I would suggest reading them, watching videos about them, stuff like that. And then you can go into Java. Now with Java, there's a lot, obviously. It's a whole programming language. But you need to focus on the questions that you're going to be asked about it, because you're not going to be asked everything. The key things that I was asked, I think everyone was asked, is about method overloading, method overriding, right? Which is an example of polymorphism. So I would read about that. What are the differences between them primarily? And if you don't understand it, watch a couple videos about it. Just focus on the basics of the language and focus on definitional questions. What is this? What is this? What is this? What is this? You're not going to be asked to give an example of a lot of things, but if you can, that's good. You're definitely not going to be asked to implement anything or write any, as far as I remember, write any code. They're mostly just asking you to record a video and tell them what something is, what this means as you understand it. Another thing that I would suggest you do, it helped me a lot, is to Google what questions were asked for Revature interviews. So especially for the tech evaluation. So like here, this guy says there were 4 rounds in my interview, and then he gives some questions that were asked in the interview in the technical evaluation round, simple array questions, web development questions. So you can go and read about these. Says, phone screen was tell me about yourself. The second round, questions related to object-oriented programming, CSS, HTML, etc. The most basic and essential, which is really what I found. It was literally foundational questions. What is this? Like, what is an object? What is a class? What is inheritance? Stuff like that. Yeah, so go through. Glassdoor is really good for seeing what kind of questions people have been asked. Another thing that's good is Reddit. So go through and Google on Reddit, like what kind of questions were technical evaluation, were asked on a technical evaluation for Revature, and then read that stuff, study that stuff, and then just go through like each of these pages. This is literally the study guide for, for your evaluation. So if you have 7 days to take the evaluation, I would just go through and do each section, do a section a day. So print it out and read through it, mark it up multiple times during the day, and then move on to the next section and then do some review towards the end. So best of luck. I just got done with Revature a couple of days ago, so I'm going to be making some videos about it, including whether it's a scam or not. Spoiler alert, it's not. How to get through quality, control and your projects and all the things that it entails. So you're going to want to stay tuned. All right, y'all, if you have any questions for me, drop them in the comments. Stay blessed. See ya.